It's not looking good.
So I wanted to document my lighting setup that I was working on in the studio. I've been working on this commercial headshot setup, something with a little bit less shadow than what I normally am doing. So I chose a clamshell lighting setup, which I normally do, or some sort of variation. If you're not familiar with the clamshell lighting setup, you basically have a light above someone's forehead and below someone's chin, neckline, chest to fill in those shadows. And it has this really beautiful look, especially in the eyes when you get those catch lights. So I'm working on the Hasselblad. So this video helps me also remember which shots I took. And you'll see right now that I'm about to combine all the lighting. And even on just the GoPro that I'm filming, it looks beautiful. So right now you're going to hear me work with the talent, who is my lovely girlfriend. I want to do a very straight on shot, so right towards me. And so what I want you to do to help elongate that neck, which I know you already do this and know this, but make sure you're pushing that face forward and keeping your shoulders back. So face forward, shoulders back. Can we do a small push? Small. I'm just trying to, yeah, there you go. You can bring that face just a little bit. You're going down. I need you to come right at camera. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there it is. Focusing. 3, 2, 1. Okay, first off, this is a nice clean headshot. Very straightforward, very simple. You'll notice that the softness of the 5-foot umbrella that I have behind me and the fill from the 3-foot strip box that I have underneath really has this nice, almost flat image. So what I'm going to do, and this is what I wanted to do this test for, is I wanted to bring in some flags and see if I can almost give more shadow to this overly soft light.
Nice. So what does this do?
This brings in more shadow on the jawline. It gives that definition, so it pops jawlines a little bit more. And like cheekbones, everything with a shadow gets a little bit darker. I need you straight onto camera here. Okay, that's stunning. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so another beautiful image. And honestly, it's really hard to take a bad photo of Elaine, but the question is the lighting any different? Here's a side-by-side, and quite honestly, it's a little hard to tell. Like, I want to say the shadows are a little darker, but it's pretty negligible. 3, 2, 1. That was great. That was a good look at the end.
Okay.
And 3, 2, 1. That was great. Good breath. So here is the exact same test, except I just pulled the camera back a little bit so we can see what's going on the neck, the collarbones, the shoulders, etc. And really there is not much difference. You can actually see on the area where there was a flag that the shoulders kind of have this nice shadow separation from the backdrop. So I'm seeing that being as a benefit. Any shadow you can get in this kind of nice bright image is really nice to make sure it's not so flat. So I'm not going to say it's a total loss, but it's not as extreme as I thought it might have been. For me, I think I would end up doing this if I'm thinking that the image is looking a little too flat. But when you're working with such a soft light like this 5-foot umbrella and it's almost directly in front of the talent, it's going to be hard to get those shadows. And so that's where this test was today. It's how can I create shadows with this soft light? And so really, it's not about the flags that I need to worry about. It's just now changing the lighting ever so slightly. So I'll probably use something like a smaller umbrella, a smaller octabox, a unique modifier like a Fresnel lens. And speaking of that, I was a little curious. I had one shot left on my Hasselblad and I said, let's hook up the Fresnel lens and see what this lighting setup looks like. Same thing. Final shot. Okay, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Incredible. That was so good. So this is the lighting setup that I love. This is the one that I use all the time. I love my Fresnel lenses, whether it's my giant 7-inch one or if it's the small aperture one that I have hooked up to my light. They just create this beautiful Hollywood-esque style lighting, and that's really what I go for a lot of my images. However, in a commercial sense, this might be a little too harsh even, and especially for someone maybe a little bit older. So you really have to judge with your clients what light works the best. For me, for Elaine, Elaine, this is such a great light. It sculpts her jawline, it sculpts her cheekbones that are stunning. Everything about this image just looks great. Her eyes start popping a little bit more. Now, just a quick comparison between something of a soft light and something of this more harsher light. You can really see the difference here, and it's really not better than the other. It really just involves the situation at hand on which one would go better. Thanks for watching.